Hello, my name is Stephen Shaw, and this is another strategic money tip. Thanks for watching. This one's going to be pretty brief, but I think very, very relevant and important. So let me just tell you the story. Last week, I got a phone call from my mom who tells me that she received a phone call from somebody who pretended to be one of her grandchildren and was sounding desperate and saying, "Grandma, I need you to help me because I've been in a car wreck and I'm at the police station and I'm afraid to call mom and dad and blah, blah, blah." Now, my mom immediately started to ask questions. And she was asking things like, "Well, where are you? And why haven't you called your dad? There's no reason not to call your mom and dad. You need to talk to them." So she just asked questions, and then being my mom, she is a strong believer, so she just reacted normally in any way that she would talk to her grandchildren or her grandchildren. She says, "Well, let's just start praying." So she starts off into this prayer, and immediately there was a click and the person disconnected. So good for you, Mom. But the point here is this was a scam. And I know that we hear from our clients, and unfortunately, the seniors are such big targets for scammers. And it's ridiculous of how clever and complicated some of these scams are. So I thought we need to address this in a quick strategic money tip. I'm not going to give you any magic anecdotes of how to prevent those scams from being called or phone calls from coming, but what I am going to do is just remind you of some very, very basic things that will hopefully help you. Because what I noticed in my mom's situation, as we talked it through, there were several things that didn't make sense right off the bat of what this story was being told to her. And just, you might ask yourself, how did you not recognize the voice? I mean, did you think it was one of your granddaughters? The scams work because psychologically, our brain listens to what is being told to us, and even when we're pretty astute about being on alert, our emotions often will respond before our rational thought kicks in. So it takes very little effort to say, "Well, this is your granddaughter." And it doesn't matter if the voice matches up, unless it was some obvious discrepancy. As long as it was a female voice that sounded young, my mom was going to accept the words that was being told to her, "This is your granddaughter." So that's the thing about these scams, is they play on the emotions, and before you know it, you're giving a credit card number or bank account information, and you think, as I say that, "Well, I would never do that. That's obvious that you don't do that. We've been trained enough. Don't give your bank account information over the phone or your credit card to somebody that you don't know." And of course, that is true. But here's the thing. What if it's somebody that you think you know? What if it's somebody that you think has a legitimate need and that you want to help? Not just that you can help, but that you, of course, what grandmother doesn't get pulled in our heartstrings when her granddaughter's in trouble? Now, my mom was wise and she didn't take the bait. She did, she handled it her way. But here's the thing that we thought we can give you as real practical stuff. Because your emotions will kick in a way that will surprise you, and we don't want you to be caught off guard. So here's what you do. Anytime that you are getting a phone call, and usually there's something in your gut or something that tells you something may not be right here, but you may not be so sure, and you want to err on the side of caution, of course. So here's how you can do that. Whatever story is being told to you, start writing down the facts. buy yourself a little bit of time, just even a few seconds, by simply saying whoever you're talking to or whoever you think you're talking to, just say, hold on a second, let me get a pen and paper. Just in saying that may be enough where they're going to hang up. And then you know that it was a scam. When that person hung up on my mom, her first thought still, even at that point, wasn't, I'm being scammed. Her first thought was, oh no, the police cut her off or the phone got disconnected. So it's, again, just so bizarre how our emotions will kick into those kinds of thoughts and make us afraid. So again, we have to put in motion a plan and just apply some very practical things. Get a pen and paper. Say, repeat that for me. Where exactly are you at? Drill down on location. Get names from people. If you think you're talking to a relative, connect that to say, okay, so where is your mom or where is your dad? Or have you called your sister or whatever the case might be? Just start writing down and asking them questions. I promise you, the more questions you're asking them, it will most likely scare them off. And then if they do in a satisfactory way, answer those questions or somehow still able to kind of bluff you, then what you can do is, before you do anything else as far as giving any information away, just take down a phone number, say, okay, you know what? I want to help you. Here's what I need. I got to go get something so that I can help you. Give me a phone number where I can call you back. And right there is probably where the conversation will end. But take down a phone number, get a very precise name, and then give yourself the time to get away from the phone, give yourself a few minutes, then you can always come back and call. Meanwhile, and you can even tell them, look, just give me 10 minutes and I'll call you back. I just got to get my stuff together so I can help you. If it's a scammer, they're not going to let that happen. They're going to either disconnect or they're going to try to convince you that that's not you. Everything's too urgent. They don't have that much time. That's a lie. Anything that is requiring you to send money or give information that's personal, they can wait. They can wait 10 minutes if it's legitimate. There's nothing that's going to be out there that demands money that 10 or 15 minutes can't be bought by just saying, I need some more information. So write down those things, give yourself a 10-minute break. If it's legitimate, I promise you, you will not miss the opportunity to help one of your children or grandchildren or somebody that's legitimate that you really do want to help. They're going to be there. If it's a legitimate need, you're going to be able to find a way to help them. What you're trying to do is prepare yourself emotionally and mentally to give yourself the space needed so that you can evaluate, is this legitimate or not? So that's it. Those are my tips. Hopefully that helps you. And good luck to you. We don't want any of our clients scammed, of course. And if you ever have any questions about those kinds of things, I mean, we'll be happy to listen to you and give you our 2 cents. So you can call our office at 1-800-381-8870. That's 1-800-381-8870. Thanks for tuning in to another Strategic Money Tip. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's Strategic Money Tip. If you have any questions about the material covered in today's video, or you'd like to speak with someone from our team, simply call our office at 1-800-381-8870. Also, while we have your attention, click the link below to watch our latest video. And to see more videos on tips just like this one, make sure to click the logo to subscribe to our channel. On behalf of the team at Strategic Estate Planning Services, thanks again for watching.